Hello, this is the Silver Watchman here to join you on another episode of the Bible. Now we're going to be picking up where we left off last time, which is Joshua, chapter 11, verse number 4. Let us begin. So they went out, they and all their armies with them, as many people as the sand that is on a seashore in multitude, with very many horses and chariots. When all these kings had met together, they came and camped together at the waters of Merom to fight against Israel. But the Lord said to Joshua, "Do not be afraid because of them, for tomorrow about this time I will deliver all of them slain before Israel. They shall hamstring their horses and burn their chariots with fire." So Joshua and all the people of war with him came against them suddenly by the waters of Merom, and they attacked them. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of Israel, who defeated them and chased them to greater Sidon, to the brook Misrephoth, and to the valley of Mizpah eastward. They attacked them until they left none of them remaining. So Joshua did to them as the Lord told him. He hamstrung their horses and burned their chariots with fire. Joshua turned back at that time and took Hazor and struck the king with a sword, for Hazor was formerly the head of all those kingdoms. And they struck all the people who were in it with the edge of the sword, utterly destroying them. There was none left breathing, and they burned Hazor with fire. So all the cities of those kings and all their kings Joshua took and struck with the edge of the sword. He utterly destroyed them, as Moses, the servant of God, had commanded. But as for the cities that stood on their mounds, Israel burned none of them, except Hazor only, which Joshua burned. And all the spoil of these cities and the livestock the children of Israel took as booty for themselves. But they struck every man with the edge of the sword until they had destroyed them, and left none breathing, as the Lord had commanded Moses his servant. So Moses commanded Joshua, so Joshua did. He left nothing undone of all that the Lord had commanded Moses. Thus Joshua took all this land, the mountain country, all the south, all the land of Goshen, the lowland, and the Jordan plain, the mountains of Israel and its lowlands, from Mount Halak and the ascent to Seir, even as far as Baal Gad, in the valley of Lebanon, below Mount Hermon. He captured all their kings and struck them down and killed them. Joshua made war a long time with all those kings. There was not a city that made peace with the children of Israel, except the Hivites, the inhabitants of Gibeon. All the others they took in battle. For it was of the Lord to harden their hearts, that they should come against Israel in battle, that he might utterly destroy them, and that they might receive no mercy, or that he might destroy them as the Lord had commanded Moses. And at that time Joshua came and cut off the Anakim from the mountains, the Hebron from Debir, from Anab, from all the mountains of Israel. Joshua utterly destroyed them with their cities. None of the Anakim were left in the land of the children of Israel. They remained only in Gaza, in Gath, and in Ashdod. So Joshua took the whole land, according to all that the Lord had said to Moses, and Joshua gave it as an inheritance to Israel, according to the divisions by their tribes. And the land rested from war. Joshua chapter 12. There are the kings of the land whom the children of Israel defeated, and whose land they possessed on the other side of the Jordan, toward the rising of the sun, from the river Arnon to Mount Hermon, and all the eastern Jordan plain. One king was Sihon, king of the Amorites, who dwelt in Heshbon, and ruled half of Gilead from Aroer, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, from the middle of that river, even as far as the river Jabbok, which is the border of the Ammonites, and the eastern Jordan plain, from the sea of Chinneroth as far as the sea of Arabah, the Salt Sea, the road to Beth Jeshimoth, and southward below the slopes of Pisgah. The other king was Og, king of Bashan, and his territory, who was of the remnant of the giants, who dwelt at Astaroth and at Edrei, and reigned over Mount Hermon, over Salcah, over all Bashan, as far as the border of the Geshurites, and the Machathites, and over half of Gilead to the border of Sihon, king of Heshbon. Moses, the servant of the Lord, and the children of Israel had conquered, and Moses, the servant of the Lord, had given it as a possession to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and half of the tribe of Manasseh. And these are the kings of the country which Joshua and the children of Israel conquered. On this side of the Jordan, on the west from Baal Gad, in the valley of Lebanon, as far as Mount Halak, and the ascent to Seir, which Joshua gave to the tribes of Israel as a possession according to the divisions. In the mountain country, in the lowlands, in the Jordan plain, in the slopes, in the wilderness, and in the south, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, the king of Jericho. 1. The king of Ai, which is beside Bethel. 1. The king of Jerusalem. 1. The king of Hebron. 1. The king of Jarmuth. 1. The king of Lachish. 1. The king of Eglon. 1. The king of Gezer. 1. The king of Debir. 1. The king of Geder. 1. The king of Hormah. 1. The king of Arad. 1. The king of Libnah. 1. The king of Adullam. 1. The king of Makkedah. 1. The king of Bethel. 1. The king of Tappuah. 1. The king of Hepher. 1. The king of Aphek. 1. The king of Lasharon. 1. The king of Madon. 1. The king of Hazor. 1. The king of Shimron. Moron. 1. The king of Akshaph. 1. The king of Tanakh. 1. The king of Megiddo. 1. The king of Kadesh. 1. The king of Jokneam and Carmel. 1. the king of Dor, and the heights of Dor, 1. The king of the people of Giggle, 1. The king of Tirzah, 1. All of the kings, 31. Joshua, chapter 13. Now Joshua was old and advanced in years, and the Lord said to him, You are old, advanced in years, and there remains much land yet to be possessed. In this land there yet remains all the territory of the Philistines, and all that of the Geshurites, from Seir, which is east of Egypt, as far as the border of Ekron, northward, which is counted as Canaanite, the 5 lords of the Philistines, the Gazites, the Ashdodites, the Ashkelonites, the Gittites, and the Ekronites, also the Avites. From the south, all the land of the Canaanites, and Mira, that belongs to the Sidonians, as far as Aphek, to the border of the Amorites, the land of the Gibeonites, and all Lebanon toward the sunrise, from Baal Gad below Mount Hermon, as far as the entrance to Hamath. All the inhabitants of the mountains, from Lebanon, as far as the brook Misrephoth, and all the Sidonians, them I will drive out from before the children of Israel. Only divide it by lot to Israel as an inheritance, as I have commanded you. Now therefore, divide this land as an inheritance to the 9 tribes, and half the tribe of Manasseh. With the other half tribe, the Reubenites and the Gadites received their inheritance, which Moses had given them beyond the Jordan, eastward, as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had given them. From Aurora, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, and the town that is in the midst of the ravine, all the plain of Medeba as far as Dibon, all the cities of the Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, as far as the border of the children of Ammon, Gilead, and the border of all of the Geshurites and the Machathites, all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan, as far as Salcah, all the kingdom of Og in Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth, and Edrei, who remained of the remnant of the giants, for Moses had defeated and cast out these. Nevertheless, the children of Israel did not drive out the Geshurites or the Machathites, but the Geshurites and the Machathites dwell among the Israelites until this day. Only to the tribe of Levi he had given no inheritance. The sacrifices of the Lord God of Israel made by fire are their inheritance, as he said to them. And Moses had given to the tribe of the children of Reuben an inheritance according to their families. Their territory was from Aurora, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, and the city that is in the midst of the ravine, and all the plain of Medeba, Heshbon, and all its cities that are in the plain, Dibon, Bamoth Baal, Beth Baal Meon, Jahaza, Kedemoth, Mephath, Kirjathaim, Sibma, Zereth, Shahar on the mountain of the valley, Beth Peor, the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jeshemoth, all the cities of the plain, and all the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, whom Moses had struck with the princes of Midian, Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, who were princes of Sihon, dwelling in the country. The children of Israel also killed with the sword Balaam, the son of Beor, the soothsayer, among those who were killed by them. And the border of the children of Reuben was the bank of the Jordan. This was the inheritance of the children of Reuben according to their families, the cities and their villages. Moses also had given an inheritance to the tribe of Gad, to the children of Gad according to their families. Their territory was Jazer, and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the Ammonites, as far as Arur, which is before Rabbah, and from Heshbon to Ramoth, Mizpah, and Betonim, from Mahanaim to the border of Debir, in the valley of Beth Haram, Beth Nimrah, Succoth, and Zaphon, the rest of the kingdom of Sihon, king of Heshbon, with the Jordan as its border, as far as the edge of the sea of Chinnereth, on the other side of the Jordan, eastward. This is the inheritance of the children of Gad according to their families, their cities, and their villages. Moses also had given an inheritance to half the tribe of Manasseh. It was for the half of the tribe of the children of Manasseh according to their families. Their territory was from Mahanaim, all Bashan, all the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which are in Bashan, 6 cities. Half of Gilead, and Ashtaroth and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og in Bashan, were for the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh. For half the children of Machir, according to their families. These are the areas which Moses had distributed as an inheritance in the plains of Moab, on the other side of the Jordan, by Jericho, eastward. But the tribe of Levi, Moses had given no inheritance. The Lord God of Israel was their inheritance, as he had said to them. Joshua, chapter 14. These are the areas which the children of Israel inherited in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar, the priest, Joshua, the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel distributed as an inheritance to them. Their inheritance was by lot, as the Lord had commanded by the hand of Moses, for the 9 tribes and the half-tribe. For Moses had given the inheritance of the 2 tribes and a half-tribe on the other side of the Jordan. But to the Levites he had given no inheritance among them, for the children of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh, and Ephraim. And they gave no part to the Levites in the land, except cities to dwell in, with their common lands for their livestock and their property. As the Lord had commanded Moses, so the children of Israel did. And they divided the land. Then the children of Judah came to Joshua and Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said to him, You know the word which the Lord said to Moses, the man of God, concerning you, me, in Kadesh Barnea? I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land, and I brought back word to him. It was in my heart. Nevertheless, my brethren, who went up with me, and made the heart of the people melt, but I wholly followed the Lord my God. So Moses swore on that day, saying, Surely the land where your foot has trodden shall be your inheritance, and your children's forever, because you have wholly followed the Lord my God. And now, behold, the Lord has kept me alive, and he has said, These 45 years ever since the Lord had spoken this word to Moses, while Israel wandered in the wilderness, and now here I am to this day, 85 years old. As yet I am as strong this day as on the day that Moses sent me. Just as my strength was then, so now is my strength for war, both for going out and for coming in. Now therefore, give me this mountain which the Lord spoke in that day. For you heard in that day how the Anakim were there, and that the cities were great and fortified. It may be that the Lord will be with me, and I shall be able to drive them out as the Lord said. And Joshua blessed him, and gave Hebron to Caleb, son of Jephunneh, as an inheritance. Hebron therefore became the inheritance of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, to this day, because he wholly followed the Lord God of Israel. And the name Hebron formerly was Kirjath Arba. Arba was the greatest man among the Anakim. Then the land had rest from war. Joshua chapter 15. So this was the lot of the tribe to the children of Judah according to their families. The border of Edom at the wilderness of Zin. Southward was the extreme southern border. And their southern border began at the shore of the Salt Sea. From the bay they faces southward, and it went out to the southern side of the ascent to Akrabim, passed along to Zin, ascended on the south side of Kadesh Barnea, passed along to Hezron, went up to Adar, and went around Karka. From there it passed towards Asmon and went out to the brook of Egypt, and the border ended at the sea. This shall be your southern border. The east border was the Salt Sea, as far as the mouth of the Jordan, and the border on the northern quarter began at the bay of the sea at the mouth of the Jordan. The border went up to Beth Hagla and passed north of Beth Araba, and the border went up to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. Then the border went up toward Debir from the valley of Achor, and it turned northward towards Gilgal, which is before the ascent of Adumim, which is on the south side of the valley. The border continued towards the waters of En Shemesh and ended at En Rogel. And the border went up by the valley of the son of Hinnom to the southern slope of the Jebusite city, which is Jerusalem. The border went up to the top of the mountain that lies before the valley of Hinnom westward, which is at the end of the valley of Rephaim northward. Then the border went around from the top of the hill to the fountain of the water of Nephtoah, and extended to the cities of Mount Ephron. And the border went around to Balah, which is Kirjath Jearim. Then the border turned westward from Balah to Mount Seir, passed along to the side of Mount Jearim on the north, which is Chesalon, went down to Beth Shemesh and passed on Timnah. And the border went out to the side of Ekron northward. Then the border went around to Shikron, passed along to Mount Balah, and extended to Jabneel, and the border extended at the sea. The west border was the coastline of the Great Sea. This is the boundary of the children of Judah, all around according to their families. Now to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, he gave a share among the children of Judah, according to the commandment of the Lord to Joshua, namely, Kirjath Arba. Which is Hebron. Arba was the father of Anak. Caleb drove out the 3 sons of Anak from there, Sheshai, Ahiman, and Talmai, the children of Anak. Then he went up from there to the inhabitants of Debir. Formerly the name of Debir was Kirjath Sepher. And Caleb said, he who attacks Kirjath Sepher and takes it, to him I will give Akshah, my daughter, as a wife. So Othniel, the son of Kenaz, the brother of Caleb, took it, and he gave him Akshah, his daughter, as wife. Now it was so, when she came to him, that she persuaded him to ask her father for a field. So she dismounted from her donkey, and Caleb said to her, "What do you wish?" She answered, "Give me a blessing. Since you have given me land in the south, give me also springs of water." So he gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Judah according to their families. The cities at the limits of the tribe of the children of Judah toward the border of Edom in the south were Kabzeel, Eder, Jagur, Kina, Dimnah, Adadah, Kadesh, Hazer, Ithnan, Ziph, Talim, Belath, Hazer, Hadattah, Kiriath, Hezron, which is Hazer, Amam, Shema, Malada, Hazer, Gada, Heshman, Beth Peleh, Hazer, Shual, Beersheba, Biz, Jothjah, Bala, Ejim, Ezim, Etalad, Jazil, Hormah, Ziklag, Bandamana, Sensana, Lebaoth, Shehim, Ain, and Rimmon. All the cities are 29 with their villages. In the lowland, Eshtaol, Zora, Ashna, Zanoa, En Ganim, Tapua, Enam, Jarmuth, Adulam, Zoko, Azekah, Sharim, Adithaim, Gedera, and Gederothium. 14 cities with their villages. Zenin, Hadakesha, Migdol, Gad, Dilian, Mizpah, Joktheel, Lakshish, Baskath, Eglon, Kaban, Lamas, Kithlish, Gederoth, Beth Dagon, Nama, and Makeda, 16 cities with their villages. Libnah, Ether, Ashan, Jifta, Ashna, Nazib. Keilah, Akzib, Mareshah, and Mareshah, 9 cities with their villages. Ekron, with its towns and villages, from Ekron to the sea, all that lay near Ashdod, with their villages. Ashdod with its towns and villages. Gaza with its towns and villages, as far as the brook of Egypt. And the great sea with its coastline. In the mountain country, Shamir, Jatir, Soko, Dana, Kirjath, Sana, which is Debir, Enab, Estemal, Anim, Goshen, Halan, and Gilo, 11 cities with their villages. Arab, Duma, Eshin, Janum, Beth Tupua, Afeka, Humta, Kirjath, Arba, which is Hebron, and Zir, 9 cities with their villages. Maon, Carmel, Ziph, Juta, Jezreel, Joktim, Zano, Cain, Gilbey, and Timnah, 10 cities with their villages. Ahul, Bethzer, Geder, Marath, Bethanath, and Eltekon, 6 cities with their villages. Kirjath Baal, which is Kirjath Jearim and Rabbah, 2 cities with their villages. In the wilderness, Beth Arabah, Midden, Sekaka, Nibshan, the city of salt, and En-Gedi, 6 cities with their villages. As for the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the children of Judah could not drive them out, but the Jebusites dwell with the children of Judah at Jerusalem to this day. Joshua chapter 16. The lot fell to the children of Joseph from the Jordan by Jericho to the waters of Jericho, on the east to the wilderness that goes up from Jericho through the mountains to Bethel. Then went out from Bethel to Luz, passed along the border of the Archites at Adaroth, and went down westward as went down westward to the boundary of the Japhletites, as far as the boundary of Lower Beth Horon to Gezer, and it ended at the sea. So the children of Joseph, Manasseh, and Ephraim took their inheritance. The border of the children of Ephraim, according to their families, was thus. The border of their inheritance on the east side was Adaroth, Adar, as far as Upper Beth Horon, and the border went out toward the sea on the north side of Mikmethath. Then the border went around eastward to Tanath, Shiloh, and passed by it on the east of Janohah. And it went down from Janohah to Adaroth, and Arah, reached to Jericho, and came out at the Jordan. The border went out from Tappuah westward to the brook Kanah, and it ended at the sea. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Ephraim, according to their families. The separate cities for the children of Ephraim were among the inheritance of the children of Manasseh, all the cities with their villages. And they did not drive out the Canaanites who dwelt in Gezer, but the Canaanites dwell among the Ephraimites to this day, and have become forced laborers. Joshua chapter 17. There was also a lot for the tribe of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph, namely for Machir, the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, because he was a man of war. Therefore he was given Gilead and Bashan. And there was a lot for the rest of the children of Manasseh, according to their families. For the children of Abiezer, the children of Helek, the children of Azriel, the children of Shechem, the children of Hefer, the children of Shemaiah. These were the male children of Manasseh, the son of Joseph according to their families. Zelophehad, the son of Hefer, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, had no sons, but only daughters. And these are the names of his daughters: Mahlah, Noah, Haglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. And they came near before Eleazar the priest, before Joshua the son of Nun, and before the rulers, saying, The Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance among our brothers. Therefore, according to the commandment of the Lord, he gave them an inheritance among their father's brothers. 10 shares fell to Manasseh, besides the land of Gilead and Bashan, which were on the other side of the Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh received an inheritance among his sons. The rest of Manasseh's sons had the land of Gilead. And the territory of Manasseh was from Asher to Mikmethath, that lies east of Shechem, and the border went along the south to the inhabitants of Antupua. Manasseh had the land of Tappuah, but Tappuah, on the border of Manasseh, belonged to the children of Ephraim. The border descended to the brook Kanah, southward to the brook. These cities of Ephraim are among the cities of Manasseh. The border of Manasseh was on the north side of the brook, and it ended at the sea. Southward it was Ephraim's, northward it was Manasseh's, and the sea was its border, and Manasseh's territory was adjoining Asher on the north and Issachar on the east. In Issachar and Asher, Manasseh had Beth Shean and its towns, Ibleam and its towns, the inhabitants of Dor and its towns, the inhabitants of Endor and its towns, the inhabitants of Tanakh and its towns, the inhabitants of Megiddo and its towns, 3 hilly regions. Yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of those cities, but the Canaanites were determined to dwell in that land. As it happened when the children of Israel grew strong, that they put the Canaanites to forced labor, but did not utterly drive them out. Then the children of Joseph spoke to Joshua, saying, "Why have you given us only 1 lot and 1 share to inherit, since we are a great people, inasmuch as the Lord has blessed us until now?" So Joshua answered them, "If you are a great people, then go up to the forest country, and clear a place for yourself there, in the land of the Perizzites and the giants, since the mountains of Ephraim are too confined for you." But the children of Joseph said, "The mountain country is not enough for us. All the Canaanites who dwell in the land of the valley have chariots of iron. Both those are of Bethshean and its towns, and those are of the valley of Jezreel." And Joshua spoke to the house of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh, saying, "You are a great people and have great power. You shall not have only 1 lot, but the mountain country shall be yours. Although it is wooded, you shall cut it down, and its farthest extent shall be yours. For you shall drive out the Canaanites, though they have iron chariots and are strong." Joshua chapter 18. Now the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh, and set up the tabernacle of meeting there, and the land was subdued before them. But there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes which had not yet received their inheritance. Then Joshua said to the children of Israel, "How long will you neglect to go and possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers has given you? Pick out from among you 3 men of each tribe, and I will send them, and they shall rise and go through the land, survey it according to their inheritance, and come back to me. And they shall divide it into 7 parts. Judah shall remain in their territory on the south, and the house of Joseph shall remain in their territory on the north. You shall therefore survey the land in 7 parts, and bring the survey to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord our God. But the Levites have no part among you, for the priesthood of the Lord is their inheritance. And Gad, Reuben, and half the tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance beyond the Jordan in the east, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave them." Then the men arose to go away, and Joshua charged those who went to survey the land, saying, "Go walk through the land, survey it, and come back to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord in Shiloh." So the men went, passed through the land, and wrote a survey in the book of 7 parts by the cities. And they came to Joshua at the camp in Shiloh. Then Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before the Lord. And there Joshua divided the land to the children of Israel according to their divisions. Now the lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families. And the territory of the lot came out between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. Their border on the north side began at the Jordan, and the border went up to the side of Jericho on the north, and went up through the mountains westward. It ended at the wilderness of Beth Aven. The border went over from there towards Luz, to the side of Luz, which is Bethel, southward. And the border descended to Adaroth, Adar, near the hill that lies on the south side of lower Beth Horon. Then the border extended from around the west side to the south, from the hill that lies before Beth Horon southward, and it ended at Kirjath Baal, which is Kirjath Jearim. A city of the children of Judah. This was the west side. The south side began at the end of Kirjath Jearim, and the border extended on the west side, and went out to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah. Then the border came down to the end of the mountain that lies before the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is the valley of Rephaim on the north, descended to the valley of Hinnom, to the south of the Jebusite city on the south, and descended to En Rogel. And it went around from the north, went out to En Shemesh, and extended toward Gileath, which is before the ascent of Adumim, and descended to the stone of Boan, the son of Reuben. And it passed along toward the north side of Arabah, and went down to Arabah. And the border passed along the north side of Beth Haglah. Then the border ended at the North Bay, at the Salt Sea, at the south end of the Jordan. This was the southern boundary. The Jordan was its border on the east side. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, according to its boundaries all around, according to their families. Now the cities of the tribe of the children of Benjamin, according to their families, were Jericho, Beth Haglah, Emek Keziz, Beth Arabah, Izamorim, Bethel, Avim, Para, Ophrah, Shephar, Hamoni, Ophni, and Gaba, 12 cities with their villages, Gibeon, Ramah, Beeroth, Mizpah, Shephirah, Moza, Rechem, Erpil, Teralah, Zelah, Elif, Jebus, which is Jerusalem, Gebeth, and Kirjath, 14 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin according to their families. Joshua chapter 19. The second lot came out for Simeon, for the tribe of the children of Simeon according to their families, and their inheritance was within the inheritance of the children of Judah. They had in their inheritance Beersheba, Sheba, Moladah, Hazar Shual, Balah, Ezim, Eltolad, Bethul, Hormah, Ziklag, Beth Markabath, Hazar Susa, Beth Lebaoth, and Sharuan, 13 cities and their villages, Ain, Riman, Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities and their villages. All the villages that were all around these cities, as far as Balath, Beer, Ramah the south, this was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Simeon, according to their families. The inheritance of the children of Simeon was included in the share of the children of Judah, for the share of the children of Judah was too much for them. Therefore the children of Simeon had their inheritance within the inheritance of that people. The third lot came out for the children of Zebulun, according to their families, and the border of their inheritance was as far as Sarid. Their border went toward the east, and to Merilah. It went to Dabathsheth, and extended along the brook that is east of Jokneam. Then from Sarid, it went eastward toward the sunrise, along with the border of Chisloth Tabor, and went out toward Debarath, bypassing Japhia. And from there it passed along the east of Gath Hefer toward Eth Kizin, and extended to Rimmon, which borders on Neah. Then the border went around the north side of Hanathon, and ended in the valley of Jiphthah El. Included were Katath, Nahalo, Shimron, Adalah, and Bethlehem, 12 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the children of Zebulun, according to their families, these cities with their villages. The fourth lot came out to Issachar for the children of Issachar, according to their families, and their territory went to Jezreel and included Jesulath, Shunem, Ephraim, Shean, Anaharath, Rabith, Kishion, Abez, Rameth, En Ganim, En Hada, and Beth Pazes. The border reached to Tabor, Shahazimah, and Beth Shemeth. Their border ended at the Jordan, 16 cities and their villages. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Issachar, according to their families, the cities and their villages. The fifth lot came out for the tribe of the children of Asher, according to their families, and their territory included Helkath, Hali, Betin, Akshaph, Alamelech, Amad, Mishal, and Mishal. It reached to Mount Carmel westward, along the brook Sheor, Libnath. It turned toward the sunrise to Beth Dagon, and it reached to Zebulun, into the valley of Jephthah El, the northward beyond Beth Emek, and Neel, bypassing Kabul, which was on the left, including Ebron, Rahab, Haman, and Canaan, as far as the greater Sidon. And the border turned to Ramah and to the fortified city of Tyre. And ended at the sea by the region of Akzib. Also Umah, Aphek, Rahab, and Rahab were included. 22 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Asher, according to their families, these cities with their villages. The sixth lot came to the children of Naphtali, for the children of Naphtali according to their families. Their border began at Heleph, enclosing their territory from the terebinth tree in Zananim, Admicum, and Jabneel, as far as Lakum. Adamanekib. Oh. From left to the border extended westward to Asnath Tabor, and went out from there toward Hukok. It adjoined Zebulun on the south side of Asher, on the south side, and Asher on the west side, and ended at Judah by the Jordan toward the sunrise. And the fortified cities are Ziddim-Zir, Hamath, Rakath, Chinnereth, Admah, Ramah, Hazer, Kadesh, Edrei, and Hazer. Iron, Migdol, El, Horem, Beth Anath, Beth Shemesh. 19 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, according to their families, the cities and their villages. The seventh lot came out for the tribe of the children of Dan, according to their families. And the territory of their inheritance was Zorah, Eshtaol, Ir Shemesh, Shaul Labin, Ai Jalan, Jethlah, Elan, Timnah, Ekron, Eltekeh, Gibbethon, Balath, Jehud, Ben Barak, Gath Rimmon, Mijarkon, and Rakon, with a region near Joppa. And the border of the children of Dan went beyond these, because the children of Dan went up to fight again. Because the children of Dan went beyond these. Because the children of Dan went up to fight against Leshem and took it. They struck it with the edge of the sword, took possession of it, and dwelt in it. They called Leshem Dan, after the name of Dan, their father. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Dan according to their families. These cities with their villages. When they had made an end of dividing the land as an inheritance according to their borders, the children of Israel gave an inheritance among them to Joshua the son of Nun. According to the word of the Lord, they gave him a city which he asked for, Timnah, Sarah, in the mountains of Ephraim. He built the city and dwelt in it. These were the inheritance which Eleazar and the priest, Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the tribe of the children of Israel divided as an inheritance by lot, in Shiloh before the Lord, at the door of the tabernacle of meeting, till they made an end of dividing the country. Joshua chapter 20. The Lord also spoke to Joshua, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, Appoint yourselves cities of refuge, which I spoke to you through Moses, that the slayer who kills a person accidentally or unintentionally may flee there, and they shall be your refuge from the avenger of blood. When he flees to one of those cities, and stands at the entrance of the gate of the city, and declares his case in the hearing of the elders of that city, they shall take him into the city as one of them, and give him a place that he may dwell among them. Then if the avenger of blood pursues him, they shall not deliver the slayer into his hand, because he struck his neighbor unintentionally, but did not hate him beforehand. And he shall dwell in that city until he stands before the congregation for judgment. And until the death of the one who is high priest in those days, then the slayer may return and come to his own city and his own house, to the city from which he fled. So they appointed Kadesh in Galilee, in the mountains of Naphtali, Shechem in the mountains of Ephraim, Kirjath Arba, which is Hebron, in the mountains of Judah, and on the other side of the Jordan by Jericho eastward. They assigned Bezer in the wilderness on the plain. From the tribe of Reuben, Ramoth and Gilead. From the tribe of Gad and Golan and Bashan. From the tribe of Manasseh. These were the cities appointed for all the children of Israel, and for the stranger who dwelt among them, that whoever killed a person accidentally may flee there, and not die by the hand of the avenger of blood, until he stood before the congregation. Joshua chapter 21. Then the heads of the fathers' houses of the Levites came near to Eleazar the priest, to Joshua son of Nun, and to the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribe of the children of Israel. They spoke to them at Shiloh in the land of Canaan, saying, The Lord commanded through Moses to give us cities to dwell in, with their common lands for our livestock. So the children of Israel gave to the Levites from their inheritance, at the command of the Lord, these cities and their common lands. Now the lot came out for the families of the Kohathites and the children of Aaron, the priest, who were of the Levites, had 13 cities by lot from the tribe of Judah, from the tribe of Simeon, and from the tribe of Benjamin. The rest of the children of Kohath had 10 cities by lot from the families of the tribe of Ephraim, from the tribe of Dan, and from half the tribe of Manasseh. And the children of Gershon had 13 cities by lot from the families of the tribe of Issachar, from the tribe of Asher, from the tribe of Naphtali, and from the tribe of Manasseh in Bashan. The children of Merari, according to their families, had 12 cities from the tribe of Reuben, from the tribe of Gad, and from the tribe of Zebulun. And the children of Israel gave these cities with their common lands by lot to the Levites, as the Lord had commanded by the hand of Moses. So they gave from the tribe of the children of Judah, and from the tribe of the children of Simeon, these cities, which were designated by name, which were for the children of Aaron, one of the families of the Kohathites, who were of the children of Levi, for the lot was theirs first. And they gave them Kirjath Arba. Arba was the father of Anak, which is Hebron, in the mountains of Judah, with a common land surrounding it. But the fields of the city and its villages they gave to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, as his possession. Thus to the children of Aaron, the priest, they gave Hebron, with its common land, a city of refuge for the slayer, Libnah with its common land, Jatir with its common land, Eshtemoa with its common land, Holon with its common land, Debir with its common land, Ain with its common land, Judah with its common land, Beth Shemesh with its common land, 9 cities from those 2 tribes. And from the tribe of Benjamin, Gibeon with its common land, Geba with its common land, Anathoth with its common land, Almon with its common land, 4 cities. All the cities of the children of Aaron, the priests, were 13 cities with their common lands. And the Levites, and the families of the children of Kohath, the Levites, the rest of the children of Kohath, even they had cities of their lot from the tribe of Ephraim. For they gave them Shechem with its common land, in the mountains of Ephraim, a city of refuge for the slayer, Gezer with its common land, Kibzaim with its common land, and Beth Horon with its common land, 4 cities. And from the tribe of Dan, Eltekeh with its common land, Gibbethon with its common land, Aijalon with its common land, and Gath-Rimmon with its common land, 4 cities. And from the half-tribe of Manasseh, Tanakh with its common land, and Gath-Rimmon with its common land, 2 cities. All the 10 cities with their common lands were for the rest of the families of the children of Kohath. Also to the children of Gershon, of the families of the Levites, from the other half tribe of Manasseh, they gave Golan and Bashan with its common land, a city of refuge for the slayer, and Esterah with its common land, 2 cities. And from the tribe of Issachar, Kishion with its common land, Debarath with its common land, Jarmuth with its common land, and En-Ganim with its common land, 4 cities. And from the tribe of Asher, Mishal with its common land, Abdon with its common land, Helkath with its common land, and Rahab with its common land, 4 cities. And from the tribe of Naphtali, Kadesh and Galilee with its common land, a city of refuge for the slayer, Hamath Dor with its common land, and Kartan with its common land, 3 cities. All the cities of the Gershonites, according to their families, were 13 cities with their common lands. And to the families of the children of Merari, the rest of the Levites from the tribe of Zebulun, Jokneam with its common land, Karta with its common land, Dimnah with its common land, and Nahalo with its common land, 4 cities. Dimnah with its common land, and from the tribe of Reuben, Bezer with its common land, Jahaz with its common land, Kedemoth with its common land, and Mephath with its common land, 4 cities. And from the tribe of Gad, Ramoth and Gilead with its common land, a city of refuge for the slayer, Mahanaim with its common land, Heshbon with its common land, and Jazer with its common land, 4 cities in all. So all the cities of the children of Merari according to their families. The rest of the families of the Levites were by lot 12 cities. All the cities of the Levites within the possession of the children of Israel were 48 cities with their common lands. Every one of these cities had its common land surrounding it. Thus were all these cities. So the Lord gave to Israel all the land which he had sworn to give their fathers. And they took the possession of it and dwelt in it. The Lord gave them rest all around, according to all that he had sworn to their fathers. And not a man of all their enemies stood against them, the Lord delivered all their enemies into their hand. Not a word failed in any good thing which the Lord had spoken to the house of Israel. All came to pass. Joshua chapter 22. Then Joshua called the Reubenites, the Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh, and said to them, You have kept all that Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, and have obeyed my voice in all that I have commanded you. You have not left your brethren these many days up to this day, but have kept charge of the commandment of the Lord your God. And now the Lord your God has given rest to your brethren, as he promised them. Now therefore, return and go to your tents, and to the land of your possession, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave you, on the other side of the Jordan. That appears to be all the time I have for this Bible episode. Thank you for sitting with me, all these hours of the Bible. Glory be to God, because this is an honor. And as true to par with every single Bible video, at the end of it, I'm a little bit out of breath. Not because I'm out of shape or anything, it's just that I'm still figuring out when to breathe when I'm reading. So, like I said, thank you for sitting through this whole video, through the whole series, throughout all my series. And glory be to God, and blessings be upon you. This is the Silver Watchman. Truly grateful. This is truly an honor. Thank you. This is the Silver Watchman, signing out.